bellied his stature as a great entrepreneur and philanthropist. I remembered in the early 80s, and I know Governor Segun is here, so he will remember, when he was shipping iron ore into Delta Steel Company, Onwe Alaja. He was a very shrewd but very happy businessman who touched lives. There was in those days a great retrenchment. It was unexpected, and many families were put in anguish. It was a dark moment for very many families. Dr. Dokpesi quietly called and supported all those he was acquainted with to cushion this terrible effect. He paid for many of them to go abroad, find a form of existence before they would come back. It was the only ray of hope for so many families. Those families are eternally grateful to him. He even did not want his benevolence announced. Each time I saw him and I said, Abba, let's even tell this story. He says, no, that was then. I also recall that he never kept it a secret that his college father, who happened to be my husband's very close friend, Chief Fidelis Omoera, was a blessing to him in many ways. He was not proud to acknowledge his humble beginnings. He was brutally frank, down to earth, hardworking, and committed to his beliefs. Our party, the PDP, will miss his unalloyed loyalty. The church, the Catholic Church, will miss him. Dar, the love of his life, an establishment he used for democracy and education, will surely miss him. He stood in the gap for many of us. Doctor, as you walk majestically into the presence of the Almighty, may Mother Mary stand in the gap for you. May your good deeds account for mercy for you. May you find peace and tranquil that your soul deserves. I pray that the family will always find God whenever they require him, because he worked for his family. His family meant everything to him. I pray for unity and love around all those he left behind. May his legacy of love continue in the family and among all his friends. He left dramatically in a blaze of glory on Democracy Day to show his love for democracy and to say that only justice and fairness will sustain democracy. May we all learn by his death that life is short, but memories do linger. Rest on Ezomo. May your kind soul find perfect peace. We will miss you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Senator Biodun Lujimi. We are indeed grateful for that moving tribute to High Chief Raymond Anthony Aleogho Dokpesi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
The chairman of the occasion, we have never done any lending to TV. We don't know how TV is. But what he told us, we are not just trying to lend him money. People like me was asking him how I can invest, because he blew everybody out of this thing, and we lent him money. And I know Ben Obi remembers that once he told me about the friendship with Raymond and how we sustain that. He's a wonderful man. He's a very good entrepreneur. I don't know him as a politician. I know him as somebody who dreams and wants to do something great. Unfortunately, his dreams was in a country that was thinking the other way around. So it wasn't the way he wanted it. All I can say tonight is that may God Almighty, who called him home, grant him eternal rest, and grant the family the fortitude to bear this irreplaceable loss. So many people are mourning with you, and I'm sure you won't walk alone. And so many people will stand by you, Raymond Jr., the family, to ensure that what he started will one day be something everybody will be proud of. Thank you, and may God bless everybody.
Raymond Dokpesi, 1951 to 2023.
When I met Raymond, I didn't know how old he was, but that was quite a young man. That was in Shagadi's era. He was far more mature than his age. And one thing I could say off the bat, Raymond was just a jolly good fellow, but with a very high IQ.
He was a trailblazer. He was a man that could be likened to somebody who had a humble upbringing, but soared like an eagle. He had the brevity of a lion, the stamina of a horse, and the sweet spirit of a dove.
He made me realize that sacrifice is a necessary tool in achieving such objective in the country, and that whatever sacrifice you make now, you will reap the benefits in the future.
I think that's the way he lives his life, basically. We broke up for some time, and then every time we meet, it's, I would say he was not just the ordinary man on the street. No, he had something different. I wouldn't say he was a genius, but I mean, he had something above average in character.
I had the platform, or the AIT platform, of discussing security issues. And that was how I got to know him. And occasionally he calls for security advice, even though he had the reach of the big and the mighty in security circles.
He was a man who was moved by his convictions and not swayed by sentiments. But he also capitulated to superior reasoning. That's one thing about him. But there was really no discrimination. Your background really didn't matter to him. What really mattered to him was what you have upstairs. He was that kind of a human being.
He was one of those who taught me a lot about northern Nigeria and how to appreciate the difference in the cultural value. I didn't even know he was 71. I thought he was in his early 60s because of the way he was everywhere. Young, strong, active, ready to travel, teach you. He taught me quite a lot about the country. I didn't know a lot of things.
How many media houses today are you going to find carrying out that corporate responsibility where those who cannot afford to pay for coverage are being assisted by dark communications? Of course, without the consent and knowledge of Raymond Dokpesi, that wouldn't have been possible. Today, if you go around, I'm not going to mention the names, almost all the sister stations, you hardly find that. But you find that on daily basis on AIT. That will tell you how complacent, compassionate, and how solicitous he was for the welfare of Nigerians, irrespective of your relationship with you.
I was particularly enthralled by his religious tolerance and harmony. If you look at the program, every day you have the daily mass for the Catholic Church. You also have a life for the nation, a call for prayer for Muslims. So he promoted religious harmony. We're going to miss him.
I would think that he did well for himself in life and socially and so on. We're full of commendation for him, and we can do is thank God for his life.